Sarah, Israel's military says it's launching a large-scale strike on Hamas targets. What more details do you have about this, and what's the situation where you are now?
Hello there, Yasmin. Look, this ground offensive, this incursion into Gaza certainly looks imminent. The IDF spokesperson, he came out just a matter of hours ago to say, when opportune and fit for our purposes, it will happen. And look, all the signs are there, Yasmin. There are tens of thousands of Israeli troops mounting or continuing to mount on the Gaza border down in the south. And the IDF has announced it is sending many reserve soldiers to the northern border, which is certainly looking like it's heating up. Now, overnight, Israel continued its large-scale aerial bombing campaign of the Gaza Strip. We are hearing dire humanitarian concerns coming from the Strip. We do know that sewerage facilities have been bombed, leaving open waste on the street, which, of course, can lead to severe health concerns. Hospitals, as you mentioned, are running extremely low on fuel. There are estimates that the Strip may have around 1 month's worth of food, but experts say due to these power cuts that much of that food will spoil. So look, it really is a horrendous situation on both sides. The death toll mounting, just some figures coming in just a little while ago. 1,300 people dead in Israel. Bodies are still being counted. And there in Gaza, we're hearing 1,200 people have been killed, with more than 5,000 others wounded. So you can just imagine, Yasmin, the amount of people who are being brought into these hospitals and just the lack of care that they would be receiving given the power cuts and this blockade, meaning that people cannot be adequately treated. So, look, the situation is certainly deteriorating, and it will, come to be seen in the next days and hours just how bad this could get. But we do know that both sides are potentially preparing for a very long conflict. Apparently, Israel has spoken to Egyptian authorities saying this could be months long, while the IDF just released another statement saying that due to these limited rocket attacks being sent over from Hamas from the Strip, the IDF does believe that Hamas is also preparing for a very long war.
Well, that's the very latest from the ground, but soon to touch down is Antony Blinken, the American Secretary of State, and he's arriving in the Middle East to show Washington's enduring support for Israel. Tell us what you know of his agenda and what possible outcomes we can expect from his visit.
Yeah, well, look, he has three main missions here, Yasmin. He will be, of course, as you said, reaffirming Washington's support for Israel. He'll be speaking to many leaders here in Israel, military top brass, and conducting a number of situational meetings. We also know that he will be trying to prevent any larger scale war. We do know that there have been border fights on the Lebanon border, gun battles up there between the IDF and Hezbollah. He will also be travelling to Jordan to meet Jordan's King Abdullah. And while he is there in Jordan, he will be meeting with the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. This, of course, will not be happening in the West Bank. That would not be seen as politically correct, you could say. So he will definitely, will reportedly be meeting him there tomorrow. But look, at the same time, the National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, he continues to receive calls from humanitarian groups to try and establish this humanitarian corridor, which they are hoping would run from the Gaza Strip into Egypt. As I said before, the Gaza Strip urgently needs medical aid, medicine, and people need to get out. This has so far not happened, but Sullivan is trying to facilitate that as we speak. So look, it's set to be a pretty busy day here on the ground. Just in the last hour, there was another round of rocket fire from the Gaza Strip that targeted central Israel and also parts of the West Bank. Since we've been here, there have been more military aircraft flying down south and then back up north. So look, it certainly is really heating up here on the ground.